What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we're doing what Jiraiya found Nagato early, episode 7. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. With 2 out of the 5 Kage dead, Nagato would call for a summit with Onoki and A to discuss what to do after the events of Konoha Crush. When arriving at the meeting, they would be with a Sand consultant present to talk about Sunagakure. He explains how the Sand will be able to find a way to manage, and will pick a new Kazekage soon, which is reassuring. Due to the nature of the Mist Village being in chaos, A tells Nagato that he should be forced to find a suitable leader for the village. Nagato is reluctant, but Onoki is in agreement, so it is settled that Nagato will find a new Mizukage. Nagato takes long trips out of the village, leaving Shisui in charge of the people. He ventures to the mist, looking around for suitable candidates to take over. Most of the shinobi were that of Orochimaru's test subjects, or bandits that are using the anarchy the village has fallen into to their advantage to overall profit off of it. Nagato would be sat in his office looking through file after file of candidates when Inoichi enters the room, telling Nagato that numerous shinobi, all with medium levels of strength, have entered the Yamanaka barrier. With the village in such a weak position, Nagato goes to look himself, using the flying Raijin to appear at the border of the village, asking the people who they are. The leader of the group introduced himself as Yahiko, the Hidden Rain. He explains how he heard that Nagato is in charge of finding a new leader of the Mist, claiming that he came to place his name in the running. Although he's from the Rain Village, he received training from Hanzo, and has ideals of keeping peace. With him in charge, he can sway the Mist in a different direction, and make the ninja world much better than it was prior. Nagato is definitely skeptical of this, but for some reason he feels like Yahiko's a good guy. After some consideration, he declares Yahiko may be the 6th Mizukage, but Yahiko shuts that down. If he's rebranded, he'd like to make the Mist Village the Hidden Rain, and if that's the case, then he'll be the first Amekage. Over with Orochimaru, once escaping the leaf, Orochimaru quickly grabbed all his research and moved to an undisclosed base of operations, taking Kabuto and Kimimaru along with him, since both are quite valuable to his operation. While they discuss what happened and the state of the leaf, something in the air begins to appear as a rift begins to form in front of them. From out of it emerges a masked man, alongside a black and white creature and a shark-skinned shinobi. Orochimaru activates his Sharingan to attack before seeing Obito's eye through his mask, stopping any attempt at an attack. Instead, he questions the identity of the man in front of him. The man reveals that he is Madara Uchiha, telling Orochimaru that he'd like for them to unite their efforts. In return for assisting in capturing the Jinchuriki, he will be given all the research items he likes. Orochimaru would admit that this is a good idea, and would unite forces when the time is right for Obito to strike. Some time passes as the leaf is rebuilt. Nagato and Kushina are sat at home, while Naruto and Minami are busy sleeping, discussing affairs in the leaf. They hear a knock at the door as Jiraiya walks in, greeting his students. Curious, they question his arrival, and Jiraiya explains about what he heard through the spy network, about Madara Uchiha and Orochimaru joining forces collecting Jinchuriki, and how he wants to take Naruto on a training trip. Immediately, Kushina flies off the handle, barking that he isn't taking her baby, with Nagato having to calm her down. He does agree that Jiraiya shouldn't take Naruto out of the village for training though. If he stays, he can probably get better training, with controlling the Nine Tails as well as learning how to master the Rasengan, learning Sealing Jutsu, etc, etc. Jiraiya won't push any further, agreeing that his student's logic was sound, and tells them he'll return when he believes their plans are in motion. During the 2.5-year time skip, a lot would occur, so we'll go through it slowly, starting with Shisui. Using Genjutsu, he'd begin to make the comatose Sound 4 members speak about a lot of information they have regarding Orochimaru, like bases he had or people in his possession, giving them useful info. When bringing it up to Nagato, he places Shisui in charge of a task force that will be pursuing the Sannin. When constructing his team, Shisui would go right to his best friend Itachi, asking him to help him out, which Itachi would agree to. Sasuke would hear this and ask to be put on the team, but Itachi would poke his brother on the forehead, telling him that when he gets stronger he might be able to. Shisui, Itachi, and a couple other Uchiha shinobi would constantly be in pursuit of Orochimaru, not finding a trace of him. When Itachi gets sick, Shisui takes him to Nagato, who simply heals him with the King of Hell, eradicating the illness completely. On a mission, the Orochimaru pursuit team find Orochimaru while he's at one of his bases, not prepared for Orochimaru to demonstrate his full amount of power. With ease, he slaughters everyone except for Itachi and Shisui, who managed to escape with Shisui using his Susanoo. From this encounter, Itachi would awaken his Mangekyo, which would make him much stronger, so this won't happen again. Sasuke would seek out training so he can prove that his brother is actually weaker than him. He'd ask Fugaku, who'd be aloof and uncaring, angering Sasuke. He goes to Kakashi, who after some prodding, would agree to train with his Uchiha student. From this he learns numerous lightning release jutsu, as well as some basic earth release and fire release jutsu. Seeing Sasuke training so hard motivates Tenten to train harder, so she trained with Kakashi, as well as learning how to use lightning release over numerous weapons to truly make them even more deadly. Her sword skills would also increase since she can train with Sasuke to develop it. Their romance would also begin to blossom during this time, making Kakashi remember Rin and Obito, grinning to himself. Neji would be motivated to train, and would do so with Hizashi to learn how to use the Hyukon's most advanced techniques. Through intense training, he managed to push himself into using the 256 palms, which can be quite deadly. He can also use his Chidori in tandem, with this to get quick slash wounds doing internal and external damage to someone, leaving them wrecked the complete way through. Hinata and Lee would both train with Guy, where they both grow stronger together. The Hyuga girl will learn how to use the Furious Fist fighting style as well as the Gentle Fist fighting style, making her a deadly opponent to come up against, since she can switch fighting styles midway through a fight, or can even combine the fighting styles into something extremely deadly. She also learns how to open the second and third gate, which just makes her even more stronger and even more deadlier. As for Lee, not much really changes in his training regimen, since he'd be training with Guy still. With Hinata there as well, the motivation to surpass Naruto, Lee is able to open the 7th gate, making him even more powerful. Haku, Suigetsu, and Karin would at first be on a probation period, due to them being originally affiliated with the Mist. To make sure they don't betray the Leaf, they're given an Anbu member capable of stopping them if they ever tried to betray. Yamato had become an active jonin and hangs around the three, which annoys Suigetsu to no end. To get some use out of Yamato, Suigetsu would demand Yamato train with him, which the jonin agrees to. Suigetsu, Karin, and even Haku all train with Yamato regularly, increasing all their skills. Suigetsu would be relaxing by a waterfall as he becomes liquid, slipping into the river. As he lays in there, he sees the broken hilt of a sword. On further inspection, Suigetsu notices something about the blade, which is in fact the executioner's blade. He spent a lot of his time training to learn to use the blade, ultimately becoming stronger. Haku would learn to use better ice release skills, as well as learning to apprehend people like Yamato can use with his wood release. He also learns how to use ice clones, as well as to better use wind and water release, to ultimately make him a better shinobi. As for Karin, she'd be training her sealing jutsu on her own. Although it isn't anything extraordinary, she does learn to better use it to defeat someone. Sakura will be training with Kurenai to learn genjutsu, making her a stronger shinobi. Seeing Sakura get stronger, Kiba also begins training to get stronger so he can impress his crush, which is so far proving to be futile. Team 10 and Team 8 would begin to befriend Team Guy and Team Kakashi as well as Team Yamato, giving them a friendship dynamic that they'd all typically have in canon. Ino would think Haku is pretty cute and would begin to hit on him, which he doesn't notice, but she'd keep trying regardless. With Hiruzen being alive, he would be training with Konohamaru and Minami, making them stronger than Konohamaru was in canon. They'd both have the typical crush rivalry, pushing them both to get stronger, where they both have a bet as to who can learn to properly use a Rasengan without utilizing shadow clones. It'd be interesting as they always progress the exact same way. Finally, we get to Naruto's training. With training from Nagato, Naruto learned to better use wind release as well as water release, which is fitting since the Uzumakis originate from the Whirlpool village. Naruto had even developed the Rasen Shuriken with this training. Seeing how strong his father is, Naruto tried to mimic his Rinnegan abilities. For example, he'd use Wind Release to try and copy Shinra Tensei and Bancho Tennin. He'd also try to use animal summons like his father, angering Gamabunza every time he's summoned for a Bratmir sparring match. He'd also be training Kushina during this time, learning some advanced sealing jutsus, which surpassed that of Karin's. He also begins to learn how to master Kurama's power. He would even learn to use KCM1 by using his chakra chains to hold the fox down, and take his chakra. With all these abilities, Naruto would be able to achieve the rank of tuning, and could receive Jonin if he was a bit more mature. Over with Orochimaru, he would need a way to heal Kimimaru of his illness, since he can be useful in Madara schemes. Orochimaru would begin to track his old teammate, where he finds her and Shizune gambling. As swiftly as possible, he kills everyone else in the room, making Tsunade freeze from seeing blood. Before Shizune can flee, Orochimaru uses Sharingan Genjutsu on her and her pet pig. He takes both of them back to his hideout, where he tells Tsunade to heal Kimimaru, and he'll give her back Shizune and Tonton alive, as well as her brother and lover, which Tsunade agrees to, healing Kimimaru of his illness. Orochimaru throws Shizune and Tonton into Tsunade's cell, and uses them as sacrifices for the Edo Tensei, making them morph into Nawaki and Dan. They rush at Tsunade and proceed to brutally kill her as Orochimaru watches, a sinister grin over his face. But guys, that's what I'm going to leave it here. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment. Let's go on episode 8. And so yeah, bye!